Crisis for humankind. Turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. Resistance officials admit they underestimated the First Order's offensive capability. We now go to Resistance HQ, which apparently is just some bar on Takodana.
I, General Leia, am stepping down for my failure to prevent Starkiller from blowing up those planets. Our intelligence is limited, but I promise you that we are trying very hard to know which planets those were. To speed up this process, I am appointing my successor, Sky Marshal Tihat Maru.
To fight the First Order, guys. We must understand the First Order, guys. Does anyone have any idea what their bad guy motivations are? Oh, they're just evil for evil's sake.
Would you like to know more?
I'm Lieutenant Carmen Ibanez of the Federal Fleet. I was once just a normal teenager just like you, only I had a huge boobs and hunky boyfriend with cool name. But then Clendathu got blown up and I knew I had to help. So now I fly a spaceship. My captain says he's never seen someone latch onto a stick so well. He says I must have more experience with my hands than most of the ladies on Sally Jesse Raphael Street in Philadelphia.
Would you like to know more?
Come on down to one of those masks for aspiring ne'er-do-wells. We've got all your needs covered when it comes to hiding your mug. You've got an obsession with your dead grandpa and now want to cover your face and do bad stuff just like him, no problem. We've got masks with long snoots that will make it seem like you have a breathing problem, but hey, that's just a voice box. Need a mask for villainy because you just gotta look cool and don't really need any reason beyond that? No problem, we got masks any color you want, as long as it's black.
Would you like to know more? Resistance scientists strike gold today as they crack the genetic code to stormtroopers.
We no longer believe that they are just kidnapped, brainwashed children. We now believe that they are all clones of Kevin Hart, even the apparent lady ones who don't have very many lines.
The mobile infantry now can save the galaxy with anti-clone laser blasters that blast out reviews of Kevin Hart's latest movies.
The only good trooper is a dead trooper.
Would you like to know more? Breaking news! Stinker Madness reviews Starship Troopers. Would you like to know more?
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin. I've got Sam and I've got Jackie with me as always. This is our 169th episode! Whoa!
So is that like two people sucking each other off and another one just watching?
Yeah, 100 others watching.
100?
Yeah, it's like one of those weird gangbangs where all the guys just pull out their wieners and then two people have sex on stage. Or we're like one of those theater things like, oh, this is really artistic, but then it's just people banging on stage and people smoking cigarettes in the audience and remarking about how good the lighting is.
Huh.
I think. I don't know.
Wow, you have way too much time on your hands.
It's like a thing in
France.
France. It's really like a thing in France. I heard about it on the internet, so it must be true.
Like those parties that Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman used to have?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Where
they put the furniture in front of everybody's privates?
Yeah. Except for those two one ladies with the really big boobs.
Yeah.
That Kubrick is just going, oh, yeah, got him. Okay, so the movie this week, obviously, is Starship Troopers. It is streaming currently on Netflix. It has been on Netflix for quite a while, so if you haven't seen it, or if you want to see it again, I think it's time to rush out and watch it again. We're pulling the trigger on it because it just has that like air of, this is not going to be on here very much longer, so arguments to come on Starship Troopers. Sam's got some theories, I've got some theories. Jackie, I think we all like this movie.
I like this movie. We'll get to what I think about it in a little bit later.
All right. Well, we don't have any streaming do's and don'ts this week, although I will say I did watch Selma finally on Amazon Prime, and it's fucking fantastic.
Is it?
Yeah, it was really good. The buzz was appropriate. It wasn't just the white man's guilt. It's a really good movie. However, this week we are going to have a return of Pop Quiz Hotshot.
Pop quiz, hotshot. There's a bomb on a bus.
Oh, good.
Okay, I'm ready.
All themed. You know how in film, sometimes, not all films, but most films, there's somebody doing drugs, you know, like the cocaine test. They taste the cocaine and then somebody sniffs it and, oh, that's good shit. What are they sniffing? What are they smoking? What are they injecting? What are they doing? What are these drugs? Because they can't just be drugs in Hollywood, can they? On screen? Probably
I thought
not.
that they were in the... Is this the quiz here? Just what I think?
No. Well, you can state what you think, but I do have some specific examples with answers.
Well, usually when they do the taste thing, it's flour and it's supposed to be cocaine in the movie.
Sure, that one makes pretty easy
Yeah.
sense. That one's
So
not too that
specifically,
challenging.
what do you want to know then?
We'll start with cocaine since you're on it. What do they sniff when they sniff cocaine? Because it can't be flour. That shit'll fucking kill you.
I'm going to go with powdered sugar.
Yeah, powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar also would fucking kill
It
you.
wouldn't kill you. I watched a kid in junior high. He used to take pixie sticks up his nose like he
Yeah,
was
that's
fucking
true,
going out
actually.
of style.
No, it wouldn't kill you, but total madness.
Okay.
So it's not powdered sugar. I'm sorry. Any further guesses?
No.
No,
It is very close. It's powdered milk.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
that's weird.
Protein.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't hurt anything. Now, fun bonus question. Does anybody have a good tip on how to not inject anything up your snoot if you are using a
Not inject anything up your nose.
Oh, I don't know what you call it. Sniff it, get it up there. If you're using like a rolled up 100 or straw or whatever, there's a trick that the people use.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What is it?
Nobody wants to guess.
You pinch off the end of the dollar bill that's going to go up into your nose.
Mm.
You put a bag in your nose,
Ooh.
then you suck all of it up there, and then you pull the bag out, and you're like, voila. Then you pull the underwear
cocaine
out of
back.
the front of your pants, and you're like, comedy.
No. So they dip it in Vaseline, and then they sniff it, and all the particles get stuck in the Vaseline, so
how
they don't
about
have to
that?
breathe anything. Next up, not injecting, but cooking heroin. The spoon with the bubbly shit on it. What is that?
That's
It's like brown sugar.
Okay.
I'm going to say that it's like, that stuff that makes volcanoes go when you're in
Baking
science class.
soda?
Baking soda and water.
Oh.
You are so close. So goddamn close. You're missing one vital component, but I'll give it to you.
Vinegar?
I'll give you a half point. It's baking soda, water, and sugar. Sugar is the part that makes it bubble up, makes the baking soda and water go so it looks like it's doing something.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, nice job though. How about pot? Good old fashioned weed.
Oregano.
It's not oregano. They
Too
used to
expensive.
do oregano, but it doesn't make the exhale cloud quite the same as weed does. It doesn't look authentic. Neither does cigarettes, for that matter.
Just regular yard clippings. They just go out there.
Pine needles.
Jorge's out there. He's got the
They spray paint pubes green.
Ooh, those do smoke up nice.
The spray paint makes you way higher than marijuana ever would.
And you got a nice clean
Yeah.
bush. Well, an ex-bush.
You're welcome, the law. We kept it to you, and we killed 3 actors with our spray painted pubes.
None of them have any crotch critters.
Yeah.
Because now they inhaled all those. No, it's called wizard weed.
Wizard weed.
It is a special blend of or a special breed of marijuana that contains no THC.
So it's just hemp?
No, it's pot. But it just doesn't have any THC in
Isn't
it.
it illegal to grow that, though?
No, it's not, because they can buy it from the feds, because that's what the feds use when they go on like undercover. See, I'm a cool guy. I'm smoking pot too. Totally not a cop.
Huh.
And they're not actually smoking pot. It's called wizard weed.
And it's not just hemp?
It's not just hemp.
Huh.
Crack. Give me some crack.
That's raw sugar.
No, I don't know if I've ever seen. I'll put a disclaimer on here. I'll give you guys full credit, but I don't know if I've ever seen a movie where somebody does crack. I've seen crack
It looked like
rocks.
little yellow.
Yeah, they sell the crack rocks, but
Yeah.
have you ever seen anybody do the crack in a film?
Yeah. And I would say that it's either brown sugar or it's rock salt.
Okay.
It's got to be like just flour and some yellow. I don't even know what the yellow would be. Cornstarch, maybe?
You
coloring.
each get half a point. Combine it and you both get 1. It is food coloring.
Food coloring.
Rock candy for you. You were right on rock candy. There's 2 different varieties. They can just do standard old plain fashion rock candy, but your path is food coloring, baking soda, and then glue, like super
Nice.
glue. That's pretty gross.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I had food coloring over here. Fuck you,
He
Sam.
said yellow
Whatever.
dye. Whatever.
Oh, fine.
Last but not least, this is the bonus round.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 ways that they can do this, but needle injections.
Dummy arm.
Okay.
Well, usually the needle, it's like a movie knife. The needle just goes into the syringe.
Okay. That's 2 of them.
Yeah.
There's 1 more way.
They bring a phlebotomist on set.
What's a phlebotomist?
That's that person that's like the vampire red when you go to the doctor's office and you have to sit there at the chair.
What?
What? The vampire at the doctor's office?
Yeah, where you sit there and then they put the little tourniquet on your arm.
You know, the guy jacks off in front of you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the doctor's office.
Yeah, you go there. They have that monkey that drives around on the tricycle.
Yeah, and the dinosaur robot fight out front in the parking lot. Yep.
Yeah, it's doctors.
Doctors all the time. What are you talking about vampires? There's no vampires, Jackie.
Yes, there are. At every doctor's office, they say, we're going to take a blood sample. Please wait for the vampire.
The nurse that shows up with the needle
Phlebotomist.
is not a vampire. That is just a lady that went to college for 2 years and now can stab people with a needle.
That's a phlebotomist.
Okay. No, that is not it.
Oh.
This one's quite obvious. Like, it's the
They
most obvious way you could do this.
You just do it to
Fake arm.
yourself.
She already said fake arm.
Oh, I said
You just fucking do it.
do it.
Yep. That's what the budget films do. They just get a stunt guy and he pokes it in himself. Tough
Sucky.
guy. Yeah.
So does that mean I win?
Yeah, I think you did. I think
Yeah.
you got 2 right, and I think Sam sucked a big fucking fat dick. Whatever. No, you did good too. That's
very
sucking dick.
insincere. Huh.
All right, Jackie, what have you brought us this week?
I have brought you, gentlemen, from the minds that brought you telepathy pooping.
And fast
The
changing clothing.
minds, because you've got 2.
Yeah, and fast changing
Is that your
clothing.
superpower, having
2
2 minds?
2 minds. It's like a Steve Martin movie.
Oh.
So this one is able to, my superpower this week is, you know how people can do those sweet eyebrow tricks? You know, where they can lift up like one eyebrow?
Yeah, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Like
I
the
can raise
inquisitive
one
eyebrow.
Right.
But when you do that, you're able to momentarily freeze people's faces. So that...
You didn't bring a superpower, did you? You just made this one up right now.
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's fine. Well, this is your superpower. I don't think it's going to work out for you.
So what else? I mean, okay. Freeze people's faces, like...
Like, don't make that face. It's going to get stuck. Or like Mr. Freeze. It's really cold on my face.
Do the rest of them freeze?
No, just the face
That's-
like that. Like they can make it some awful face and you do the eyebrow thing.
And then you take their picture?
And then it stays there for 2 hours.
2 hours.
What?
2 hours.
So you hate
Whatever
somebody
face
and
you're
they're going to
wearing.
go meet with the president of the company and you're like, hey, you're a butthole. And then they get this really awful look on your face and then you freeze their face like that. And then they have to go to the president of the company and they're just fucked.
You still have to make them make the unpleasant face.
This is like
You
a Jim
can show
Carrey.
them a bag of beaver buttholes.
Or you could just
Oh.
go to the 50/50 subreddit on Reddit and show them icky pictures.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, see? And then you'd be like,
Or they could just Google image yeast infection because I've heard it's pretty bad.
that's my superpower.
That's it.
Huh.
So
I mean, you could be a dick.
yeah,
Like,
that's a dick move
it's
thing.
revenge. Or, I mean, I don't know. You could be, it's the revenge thing. You could get somebody in trouble with their superior.
That's about really it. I can't think of a single way to make money off of this.
Ruin
thing.
a first date.
Is that good?
I don't know.
Mm.
Like, yeah.
Maybe if you had a
Just being
kid and
mean.
you were like, you're never going to get married. You
Can-
just need to stay here.
Ooh,
and take
yeah,
care of
you
me."
could be a good preschool teacher.
Okay. How would
You
you
make-
use it?
Don't make that face, you'll stick.
Mm-hmm.
Then they do it, they're like, wow, and then you make it stick, and then they freak out and never do it again.
Yeah, but it's fun when kids make faces.
But why do people say that then?
Because they're dicks.
Because they're dicks.
They're
Yeah,
the
well,
ones
you
that
could
need the
be-
frozen faces.
Well, either way, if the person who's inclined to be dicks to kids would be well on their way.
I have a question. Can you use it on yourself?
Like in the mirror,
Yeah.
Yes.
but then your eyebrow would be stuck up too. That'd be a permanent part of it. Like,
What if you were like able to make a handsome face? Like
with one eyebrow up?
with one eyebrow up, sure, but like, you try really hard and sometimes you can get it and sometimes it's just not there and you're like, "Oh, come on, handsome face." And then you briefly make handsome face and then you like freeze it and you just walk around. You
then-
couldn't talk though. You
Yeah,
would just be
no.
like, "Hello, I
Yeah.
am a handsome guy."
Yeah. And then you'd go like try to get lunch or whatever, and they're like, "Look, do you want the hamburger, or you just want to fuck me behind the dumpster?"
Either. No, that wouldn't work very well.
No.
So, yeah, your career paths are pretty limited using your superpower.
Yeah, but if you were just like a customer service person, like let's say you were a bank teller
Mm-hmm.
or you were like a Subway sandwich person, right?
Uh-huh.
You could just totally fuck with people all day long.
Yeah, you
Like,
could be the dick guy. That's the same thing. You're being a dick.
Being a dick.
Yeah, you could be just.
It's not
Fucking
helping
awesome.
your career path, though. You
Or
get
your
to
life.
just be normal you,
But a dick.
but a dick. I have this thing that I can do, but the only way I can use it is if I'm a total dick. So, yeah, it doesn't really have any negatives other than like you would probably just become a dick because you can. I'm gonna give this one a 3.
I was 2.
2? You gave super hearing a 2 and it will kill you.
Okay, 2.5.
2.
Yeah.
I don't
Another
know.
half point
It's too
for
much
me.
math. Give me a round number. It's got to be a 2 or 3.
2.
God damn. That was a bad one, Jackie. I think you're just punishing her because she
No,
didn't
I mean,
bother
like,
to bring something for
In
her movie.
hindsight, the super hearing should have gotten a 1.
Oh, no, because that would imply that if your power is to be dead, that's the same as super hearing.
So there's no 0?
no, if IMDb doesn't have a 0, we don't have a 0.
All right.
Yeah, so
Well, there's not enough there for a 3.
yeah, it's
Damn.
pretty crappy, dude.
It's a high 2, if there's
Maybe-
such a thing.
Maybe your next superpower should be the ability to remember that I need to bring something to my movies.
I don't get it.
What?
What?
All right, Sam, what's the story on Starship Troopers?
My confused...
That was my space gun.
They have machine guns in this movie.
Oh
No.
yeah, that's right. That's
no
right.
lasers.
Yeah, my confused relationship with this film begins in 1997 when I saw it at the theater. It was as any of my confused relationships have gone. I take a girl out to tacos, and then afterwards there's that, should I take her to ice cream too, even though I'm really not that into her moment? But you don't. 2 years later, you find out that she's allergic to tacos and she just wanted to tug you off in the Camaro. That's when I realized, holy shit, I didn't get that's what was going on there. Totally would have got my wiener pulled in the back of an American classic. Alas, that ship has sailed, and the tugboat headed down the stream to tow a different load into the bay of soiled upholstery.
What? Did you just get pitted?
I got pitted.
On the couch.
That's about what happened to me with this movie. When it came out, I thought it was okay, but kind of weird. Totally didn't get it. I read the novel about 5 months after seeing the film, and would for the next 5 years hold Starship Troopers as the gold standards on how to fuck up an adaptation. Edward Neumeier wrote the script that was called Bug Hunt on Outpost 9. After the similarities between it and the Heinlein novel were noticed, it was then adjusted to be an adaptation of sorts. Verhoeven admittedly was unable to read more than a couple of chapters of the book as it made him bored and depressed.
Nice.
In his opinion,
That's awesome.
his opinion being that it was far too right-wing.
But RoboCop, that's left.
Wherever Neumeier started, and however close he was pushed to the novel, Verhoeven had his own plan on the movie that he wanted to make, which I find is odd, because I think he inadvertently says exactly the same thing as Heinlein says, just didn't bother to read the whole thing, which is like an afternoon read. The thing's like 280 pages
Yeah, it's not very long. It's not very long. I read it in a day.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a page turner. Anyway, Verhoeven was a child in Nazi-occupied Netherlands, and he wanted to make a film about fascism, but he thought that if he was serious and critical, no one would care. So he made a film that's a caricature of a perfect fascist world. So this movie is basically Springtime for Hitler in space.
I like it.
Yeah, Beach Party Vietnam the movie, if you will. Many of the in-story propaganda pieces are shot-to-shot copies of Riefenstahl's Nazi propaganda films. Verhoeven's commentary on the DVD may be my favorite DVD commentary of any movie. He's so animated, and he's just goofy sounding too. He's just ooh yeah and ah. So he would build these large fake bugs, and then stand in front of them and go, yo, it's the bug. And then you get Casper Van Dien going, I am scared. That's how he wanted to elicit the responses in that. So
Speaking of CVD, this is his first
somehow,
appearance.
It is. It's not his first appearance being mentioned because he does.
Many streaming do's and don'ts.
Yes, he's the king of the streaming do's and don'ts. Also, one of the fun moments in the commentary was he was talking about the co-ed shower scene, which does star the entire principal cast.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You would think it would just be a couple of the principal cast and then some ringers for naked bodies, but they're all in there. And the way that he was able to get everybody to do it is he directed the scene naked himself,
So everybody's buck-ass naked?
including him, and he's behind the camera.
Why would they do that? You just shoot from the top or from the waist up.
Everybody's buck-ass naked.
There's no shots of dong in this film
Nope.
or vag.
There probably was.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. There's probably. I am hoping one day that there's a like hour-long director's cut of this movie that comes out.
An hour long?
I think that like
It's
listening
just
to
the
him talk
shower
about
scene?
some of the stuff that they shot just for the hell of it, which I think would involve too many special effects, but I think there's some stuff that ended up on the cutting room floor. There was a couple parts too that focus groups thought were they didn't like. Like apparently you can't fall in love with two people, and so they really tried to blur that whole romance towards the end with Rico and Ibanez.
Those focus groups should totally watch a film called Your Hunter from the Future.
Yeah, they should. Or realize that sometimes sexuality and love are two different things.
And it's a fucking different universe with space bugs. Eat
There's
shit.
Space bugs. Who's in
Would you
this
like to know more?
I would.
Always.
Who's in this movie, you ask? Who isn't in this movie?
Mm.
Rue McClanahan is in this fucking movie.
Rue McClanahan from such fame as Golden Girls.
Yep, she's in it. Everybody else is too.
Damn it.
I can't even talk about how many people are in this movie.
Chuck Sheen's wife is in it.
Yeah, I mean, that's who I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
Because I don't know how I started reading about her the other day, but this is what I read about her. Apparently, was one of the younger people to ever get breast implants. She was like 19.
Okay. That's really young ever. That's the youngest I've ever that's possible.
At the time that she did it, which is some
19,
time ago.
I'm sure that 18-year-olds were getting them all the time. They weren't famous.
She got famous because of him. She was nobody before him.
Yeah. She's
Either
a
way,
famous
she's
lady with fake boobs.
All right. Well, she's extraordinarily young to get breast implants at 19 at the time that she got them, which was in the early 80s. Mid 80s.
Mm-hmm.
They apparently get into a situation where there's a rushed procedure, and they just kind of jammed in 2 sizes bigger than they were supposed to.
Okay, that's a good call.
This is according to her.
That's always a good. Why would you deny it? Like, where's the bad?
Well, I know, but like she's saying, "Oh, I didn't want them this big."
That's
And then-
free, lady.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a bunch of fucking hocus pocus. Is what I think. I think she's fucking whistling Dixie.
Uh-huh.
She's lying.
Yeah.
Because she's like, oh, yeah, no, they just jammed in these. They're too big. I didn't want them. So later on, after Starship Troopers, she decides, I need to get these things fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Went in to get them fixed. Oh, they made them bigger again.
Oh my God.
This is according to Denise Richards.
Oops, I was carrying the breast implants. I tripped and then, put them in you and then sewed you up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oops again. Oh, well, I'll keep them.
You've
What
got
a-
to be shitting me.
What a ding dong.
No.
What did she order? Because, I mean, when you start out and they make them 2 sizes too big, that's like puts you, if you have no boobs, you're at a C cup then. And then, like, I need a reduction. I guess you would go up to D potentially if they made them still too big. But, like, what did you order if they made them twice as big the first time, 2 times too big? Oh, I need B's. I came in here for half almost titties.
Or maybe she's just really inspecific. She just walked in and was like, I need these fixed. And she's like, they're huge. She's like, I fixed them good. Yep. Because that's what plastic surgeons are maniacal rednecks that make boobs bigger than houses.
Did it.
Did it.
Moonshine.
Well, what we're going to keep an eye out for this week is what's wrong with this movie.
Okay.
Because as I said, I didn't get it. And I didn't get Verhoeven probably until I was like 27 or 28.
Uh-huh.
And I really started to really appreciate what he did a lot more at that point. I think that he misses the mark with points in Total Recall and in RoboCop a couple of times. I don't really know if he does in this. And in seeing it with the commentary, I really feel like when you're listening to him talk about it, this is exactly the movie he wanted to make. Now we have to decide whether that movie's any good.
All right.
Cool.
So this will be an like a reverse stinker. It's a good film debunked.
I guess.
Because it's like everybody likes it, gives it higher praise. Some people think it stinks, so we have to prove that it's a good movie? Instead of a good movie that's bad, we have to prove that it's good? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot one of the quotes that he's like, in an interview, he was saying, they were asking him about it, like, this movie is completely silly, and he's like, yeah, let's all go to war and die! That's the sort of his, in one sentence, description of this movie.
Let's go to war and die.
Let's all go to war, let's all die. Yeah!
True words have never been said. All right, so the movie is on Netflix. Come back to us on Monday. In the meantime, get to the chopper. Thank you for listening to Stinker Madness. If this is your first time, we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll come back to listen more. But now, we'd like to ask all of our listeners for a small favor. We aren't ranking as high as we'd like, and we need your help. Would you please take just a couple of minutes to rate and review us on your preferred listening platform, be it iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever else you can. It takes many hours each week to bring you this show, and just a couple seconds of your time is a huge help for us. And for those of you that have already done this, we say thank you.
As long as it's black.
That may have been the finest acting performance ever done on Stinker Madness. You should have been Watto.